Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mind of a Screen podcasts. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the impact that fake news have on young generations. And I'm joined with Sena, a young girl from Turkey, passionate in politics and actually the role that fake news have. Thank you so much, Sena, for being here. It's a pleasure to me. And do you want to introduce yourself a little bit and telling us your background?
Of course. Hello everyone, I am Sena Ozcelik. I'm from Turkey. I'm 25 years old. I'm Erasmus intern, Erasmus European Union project intern here. Um, uh, when I was younger, I was always curious and passionate about political science. I mean, politics, especially relationship between politics and communication. And that's why I decided to choose political science and public administration department. And I got so many courses about general politics, but also I got some course about political communication, critical thinking. It's really related to our topic today. And yeah, my background like this. And also I'm really happy to be here and because it's really important topic for me and for everyone, because everyone should be aware of these situations because it's really important, as I told you guys. Yeah, like this. Yeah, I'm happy.
Thank you so much, Sena, for sharing all of this. We have kind of a similar background. I actually took a similar course that it was called Communication and Conflict. And I think I studied kind of like the same as you. It was very interesting the role that fake news have in such a big context like the conflicts, but also the role that propaganda that we will discuss later. So thank you so much. And I wanted to ask you, before studying political science, were you aware of the terminology fake news? And also, do you want to share with us kind of like a definition to help us all understand better what we mean when we are talking about fake news?
Exactly. Sure. Before studying political science and public administration, I mean, my department, like I always realized that situation, for example, some posts on Instagram or generally social media, but I didn't have theoretical information, and also I didn't realize. I didn't know it's really serious. The situation is really serious topic. I didn't realize this, and I think most of the people doesn't know this. And yeah, but after studying, I mean, as I told you before, like I got so many courses about it, and then after that kind of course, and I realized so many things, and yeah, like this, and also yeah, I want to mention about what is fake news. Fake news is misleading, wrong information, like spreading wrong informations, or just generally like sometimes purpose can be created wrong informations and to manipulate people, or like sometimes they use for political marketing this, and but we will mention about this later. Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, fake news is actually everywhere from the politics, but also it's very prominent in the social media world because now everybody or the majority of the people have actually social media. So we don't realize how many fake news do we read every day. Because fake news have the actually intent, as you said, to manipulate people. And I think it's also important to mention the distinction between fake news, but also disinformation and misinformation, because those are very important key terms. But on the other hand, I don't think all the world is aware of them, because I don't know in your language, in Turkish, but for example, in Italian, it's interesting that we don't really have a distinction between misinformation and disinformation. So I think some people may mistake one for another, and I think it's very important to mention the difference. So, do you want to help us in that?
Yeah, of course. Actually, misinformation and disinformation, both of them based on wrong information. But really, there's a big difference, like between them. For example, we can start misinformation. Misinformation is wrong information, but for misinformation generally there is no intentionally bad intent or just manipulating people, like, and their purpose not this, like, for example, they don't know something, or just they know something but wrong information, like without bad intention. But sorry, but this information is like, we can say, like, in disinformation, definitely, like, they wanna lead some people to somewhere for some purpose. Actually, there's a, like, bad intention in disinformation. They constantly, like, they are really, like, close to these words. That's why it's, like, complicated a little bit. But yeah, we can, like, districts like this actually.
Exactly, and also as Sena mentioned, even people that know the difference sometimes makes mistakes because they are so similar between one another. But as you mentioned, it's very important to clarify the intent there is behind, because as you said, misinformation is, for example, me thinking that this hair product that I'm using is benefit and is growing my hair so fast, and I'm telling you, oh, Sena, you have to buy this product because I think it works a lot. It's so nice, while it doesn't do anything. So, but if I'm telling you because you are my friend and I want to give you some advice, this is misinformation. But if I'm an influencer, I get paid for it, and I know that the hair product doesn't do anything, and I tell you, hey, Sienna, you should buy, you can use my discount code. That's different. That's disinformation, because my intent, I know that this information is wrong, and I'm telling you because I have a purpose behind. So thank you so much for clarifying all of this.
We can say personal interests. We can say personal interest, actually.
Exactly. That's the important key to remember. Why do you think those terminology that can vary from fake news, misinformation, disinformation are very relevant today? Because I think, has been mentioned before, in today's world, which is based the majority on social media, on the media in general, are very crucial, those type of information sections.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, fake news based on the algorithms in social media, because as you mentioned about it, for example, like, you like something, like means, like, on the Instagram, for example, you like something, or you have comments about some product or something, and, like, algorithms understand this, and then they are showing you to, like, oh, you should get this, or just if you're supporting something, if you like something, they are showing something more. And also, like, I mean, like, generally it's based on algorithms. That's why I think we should educate ourselves to how we can control algorithms, and how we can use generally social media, like, smartly. Just we should use social media really smart. I think about. I mean, it's really that's the point. I think, and also I want to mention about like echo chamber, because like, also, for example, we are following something, we constantly see same thing, same something, and just like, that's why, like, we can't see anything except our ideas or general interests. And like, yeah, in these points we can see echo chamber. And yeah, like this. And also it's really related to there's a really strong relationship between propaganda and social media propaganda and algorithms. Because if you support some party, some political party, and algorithms understand this, and then they show you same parties' ideas, same parties' ideologies, that kind of things. And but also like political general politicians knows this really good. They know really good, and this is really good strategy, I think. And they use these situations, for example, it seems like really. For example, like especially they use this political marketing, and like, for example, like they show you something, but it seems like really objective, natural something, really factual something, but it's not. It's not like this, and they. That's why you when you say this, because you follow that kind of political party, or not only political party, generally that kind of, like, it's really related to your idea and your interest, something. And when you see that, just generally you think you think about it more, and actually it's not like that kind of content, not saying, oh, it's not, like, it's not wrong, you have to do this, you should do this. It's not saying this. Like, constantly they are saying, yeah, you're right, your idea right, yeah, like, you keep going to think like this. They're saying keep going to get that product, or keep going to do this, especially. That's why, I mean, politicians use this as a political marketing, and like, especially if election is really close to, like, elections time really close. When elections time really close, they use they started to do this. They started to use political marketing like really often. Yeah, like this.
That was very interesting. I think you mentioned two key terms. There are algorithm and echo chamber. I have this funny story to tell about the algorithm and stuff. I remember that I was planning this trip with my family to Japan. Was my brother's dream to go to Japan, and we were trying to convince my mom. We were just talking, and the day after, just my phone was keep buzzing with notification about this year being the cheapest to travel to Japan, and just a lot of news about airlines giving discounts, or Japan being so pretty this year and stuff. So it was crazy because I just mentioned once, and my phone was keep telling me to go there. As you said, I was in this type of echo chamber in a way that everything that was reported to me was connected to my idea. And also another, I love cats. I love cats. And I recently got a kitten. But before getting one, I was looking at some kitten pictures and maybe sharing some TikTok with my boyfriend and stuff. And then it was keep full of cats. Like, I couldn't find something rather than cats. It was like, I know I'm talking about cats, but I also talk about something more. So it was very interesting that it was so connected. It didn't challenge my opinion in a way that, for example, maybe cat is not the best. Maybe you should try with dogs or with, I don't know, even snake. It doesn't really matter. But I was in this bubble that all things that were sharing with me, like the algorithm, the social media, were connected to my ideas. So thank you so much. As you mentioned, I think it's really important to be aware that everything that we see, they choose that we have to see that. So something also can happen that can be the fake news. For example, the one about Japan, it was actually a fake news. So we have to be aware, and we have to how do you know, like practice and improve to be critical in this case. And also you mentioned the word propaganda, and I think it's also a big broad topic, propaganda. Do you think because propaganda, when we think about propaganda, I think, for example, me, I think about the political way, but also propaganda is everything. I can do a propaganda about this hair product or these hairlines. Do you think propaganda is actually connected also with the world of fake news, misinformation, and disinformation?
Of course, of course. Like this is the tricky part actually, because like fake news, like they use fake news actually. For example, like I wanna give example, like political parties. For example, you have political party and just you like near to elections, okay, like also I have political party, I'm opposite party, and you're like you're like same party with, I mean, government party, you know, and just you have meeting, and during the meeting just you're showing them, you're showing the people opposite parties, opposite parties some videos with, for example, terrorists, and like some people, like some people that's like generally people doesn't like, and like for example, with this purpose, with this actions, what are doing actually, like they always like that's people, these people's like support you. I mean, like they are here, they joined your meeting. I mean, like anyway, I mean, they always support you, but also actually like but also like they are taking video, they are filming this, and then, for example, or just one of them will say, oh, today I learned this, and then they will say that people, that persons will say to other persons and in their environments, this information, misinformation, actually not misinformation, this is exactly disinformation. This disinformation will spread their environment. Actually, the purpose this, they are using fake news like this, and for example, they are saying, oh, this guy like met the terrorist organizations, but there's nothing, like this is not real, this is not true, and they are using fake news, and also people's emotions like this. And yeah, we're gonna mention about later actually. Also, this is really important topic. Generally, yeah, generally like this.
This is so funny because it actually reminds me of this game that in Italy we play when we are young kids, that it's called telephone without lines. For example, I'm telling you one thing and then you tell the same thing that you heard from me to another thing. And it's so funny from the first person that started to the last one how the word changed. So that's, I think, I think that's what it's happening. For example, if I see this meeting and I report to my friends or to my or whatever, like it happened this, she will just take some information and then she will change it, and then it can like spread and becoming misinformation on disinformation regarding which intent there is behind. So I think
Yeah,
it's
also
important.
they published this. Also, they published, for example, they published this speech, for example, a politician's speech to everywhere, like all social media, because you know now social media like news sources for us, especially. I mean, for most of the people, like social media news sources, but most important news sources, but also like young people is really for young people is really important. That's why we are talking actually, like especially for youths. Yeah.
Yes, in fact, it's very important that we are critical regarding what we see online, because we have to inform ourselves and be aware if something that we see is fake news or not. Because if we see just one news, can be real, can be false, but we have to, if it's something important, something that we care about, we have to check in different sources to find the correct answer to what we are looking for, I think. So, what do you think is the hardest challenge that can occur when we try to be critical about what we see online? Because you already mentioned algorithm and stuff, so I think it's not, because we can talk about that to be critical, but I think it's not that easy because many people don't actually do that. So why is that? Because they maybe are not trained, or maybe because they are not aware of the algorithm situation. So what do you think in this manner?
Actually, most of the people, yeah, like doesn't aware of the situations, but some people like know this, but like they are thinking like, what can I do? Come on, what can I do? Like this is Instagram, this is algorithms. Okay, I wanna use Instagram, I wanna use the social media. What can I do? Yeah, you can choose what you wanna watch actually, what you wanna see. And also, for example, have you ever seen, I don't know, but like on Instagram, like for example reels, we constantly like looking reels, and then and like sometimes I'm watching some reels, and then I was like, it's like, what is that? Like it's not related to me, and then just like there's a button, like I don't want to see, I don't interest or interested, like I'm constant, I'm like don't interest. And sometimes like Instagram sometimes Instagram's like, okay, what I'm gonna show Sena. I feel that, like I feel that's really strong, because like sometimes my explorers, that's not main page but explorer page, sometimes like it's really complicated, like because Instagram trying to show me everything. Yeah, like we should control these situations actually. And like especially about you asking critical thinking, right? Yeah, I think in this age critical thinking is really hard because constantly we are watching same things, similar things, and like we live in digital age, and it's really hard to critical thinking. It's really hard to. It's not hard, but like maybe most of the people doesn't think to ask why, that question, why I am seeing, why I'm watching this, because like it's really important this point. For example, you are looking to Instagram posts, okay, and then just you are seeing some posts, and then even they know how you pause on it, how long you are looking that posts, or just how many times. For example, you are stalking someone, and then for example you are looking their Instagram profile, okay, and then like suddenly you realize stories, like suddenly you realize their stories, like you see at the beginning, at the first one, their stories. Why? This is algorithm, like exactly. And like we should actually critical thinking also, yeah, related to algorithms, but I think critical thinking is more related to echo chamber, because you can see constantly yours if you watch same things, if you follow same things, you can't, as I told you before, you can't see anything except that. And that's why you can't like these situations, echo chamber and these environments can kill your critical thinking ability actually. But like we should, again, we should improve ourselves, improve our critical thinking ability. Firstly, we should read more every day. We should read more, and because without reading we can't think like properly. And constantly when we see something, we should ask why I'm seeing, like for example fake news. We can give example on fake news actually. For example, we see fake news, and we see just news, not fake news. We don't know is it fake or true. We have no idea. Okay, and when we see this, firstly, we can look to like title, and then we can look subtitle. Like how is this like title is like sense? It makes sense or not? Like firstly, we can look titled, and then for example we can look the sources. The point is actually the important point is sources. But like yeah, just I saw something, I saw some news, but this information comes from where? Okay, like which source, and then we should check this source. This reading and constantly searching and thinking about it, and then also we should think opposite. Why? Okay, just I have idea about this paper, for example, but like we should ask why and why not like this exactly these questions will improve our critical thinking ability. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned a very important aspect. We have to learn how to be critical, and I think it's very important. And also, I think it's important to mention that it's good if we pause before sharing something. We have to reflect. We have to take a moment to see, be aware why they are showing us this, and why do I want to share this? Do I believe in that or not? So I think it's very important. So thank you so much, Sena, for being here. It was a pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed. So thank you so much.
I thank you. I'm really glad to be here. I hope everyone should be aware of this. Yeah.